Hi everybody, my name is Liam Martin, and this course is going to be something that I never thought I would actually end up having to do, but we are currently in a theoretical pandemic, a situation in which people working from home can really slow down or stem the growth of a pandemic virus like the coronavirus. So I've decided I'm going to put together a very quick course on exactly how to be able to make sure that you can take your company remote and deploy a work from home model quickly and easily. I understand that there are probably a lot of people that are watching this video just like you that are saying to themselves, yeah, we should probably have our people work from home, but we don't exactly know how to do that. Well, this is the specific video course that's going to allow you to, within 7 days, be completely deployable. You'll be able to literally go from beginning to end and do everything that you need to do to be able to have not only a fast work from home agreement deployed, but more importantly, an efficient one. A little bit of background on me. My name's Liam Martin. I have been working remotely for approximately 15 years. It used to be called teleworking, then outsourcing. Right now we're calling it work from home, but I like to use the term remote work. So we've been working remotely for the past 15 years. I co-founded a few companies. The current ones that are still operating are timedoctor.com, which is the largest time tracking company for remote teams, staff.com, which is our enterprise AI tool for remote workers and for work efficiency, and then also Running Remote, which is the largest conference on building and scaling remote teams. This has hurt us personally. We just recently canceled, or postponed rather, our conference that we were going to do April 20th to 21st, and we are now postponing it till September. Hopefully this virus ends up burning itself out in the summer and we will be able to get to the point in which all of this stuff will be fine. But in the interim, every single person that we could get to work from home means that we're slowing down the spread of this virus. So that's why it's really important for us to be able to give you this course. We're giving it to you completely for free. This is something that I'm getting out relatively quickly. So if I have any ums or ahs, I don't have my teleprompter, I don't have my script in front of me. I literally have scripts right on my computer right here. So this is just coming from my personal knowledge, being a remote worker for the past 15 years, working with tens of thousands of remote companies, and then also being the co-organizer of the largest conference on remote work. So if you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to be able to answer them. And we're gonna get into basically everything that we're gonna be doing over the next couple days in terms of deploying a work from home, AKA a remote work policy. We're gonna be going over the applications and the setup that you need to be able to work remotely successfully. So a lot of applications you're gonna need in order to communicate properly, provide process documentation properly, payroll, all of these things you're gonna need to learn. And we're gonna give a very quick review of that. Also on day 2, we're gonna be talking about process documentation. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. It's literally just writing down all of your core processes and then putting that into a repository online so that anyone can gain access to it. And this is critically important when maybe 20 to 30% of your workforce will be sick. So we need to be able to make sure that everyone knows what everyone else does so that we can jump in and jump out of different roles so that we can keep the continuity of our businesses up and running. Number 3, we're going to be talking about communication. Communication is absolutely critical when you're talking about remote work because it's very different from an on-premise model, which is what we call basically companies like yours, companies that are all inside of one office. If I'm working right here and someone is working right next to me, I can turn to them and say, hey, can you tell me how to do XYZ? But when everyone's working remotely, they might be across the street or they might be 10,000 miles away. You don't know. So you need to be able to build all of those processes in place so that you can communicate that information very clearly and easily. We're also going to be going into how to manage remote workers. So specifically, how do you measure their KPIs, key performance indicators? Basically, what are they doing and how can you make sure that you're keeping them accountable so that the business continues to move forward. Also, we're going to be talking about how to work productively as a remote worker. So what's the work-life balance that remote workers take into consideration? You know, how to protect yourself from cabin fever. We may indeed actually be in our homes for extended amounts of time. So it's really important to be able to make sure that you're measuring all of the employees in the company, figuring out where their heads are at mentally, and making sure that everyone is mentally solid. We're also going to be talking about how to hire remotely. So if this turns into a longer term issue where we need to actually start hiring people remotely, we have a lot of experience in that. We have about 100-ish remote employees in 35 different countries all over the world. So we're going to be talking about that at length. And then we're also going to be talking about scaling the remote first model. So if you end up really liking remote work, maybe you want to actually stick with it. It's actually a lot more cost efficient than any other model that might be out there on the market. And it is the single most important thing that you can do to be able to improve employee satisfaction inside of your company. So I know that this is probably not the best circumstance to meet me for this course, but what I'm going to try to do is give you as much of this actionable information as humanly possible, as quickly as humanly possible, so that you can take your company remote. Now, we're going to get into the first video, which is basically how to set up all of the websites and applications that you're going to need to be able to deploy your remote first company. And then we're also just going to generally give you the rules about how to go remote so that you can make some implementations and changes today.